I brought my teen son gifts from Europe, a $1,200 designer backpack, limited edition Dubai chocolates, and an iPhone 17 Pro Max. After family dinner, they disappeared, then my nephew posted selfies with the bag. I called my sister. He liked it more anyway, so I gave him everything. That's when I lost it. My name's Austin. I'm 37, a store manager at an electronics chain, the guy who schedules holidays, handles returns nobody wants, and keeps the register drawers honest. I have a teen son, Jaden, 15. He likes basketball, loud headphones, and pretending he doesn't care about anything when he actually cares about everything. I'm divorced. I rent a two-bedroom, pay child support on time, and keep my sneakers clean because it's the one small thing that still feels like control. Last month, my district sent me to Europe for a vendor conference. First time I'd been off this continent. I stacked shifts so I could take 2 extra days and play tourist. Paris, then Dubai on the way back. I FaceTimed Jay from hotel lobbies and airport gates. He kept pretending he didn't smile. I brought him gifts. Real ones. A $1,200 designer backpack he'd screenshotted for me last Christmas. Limited edition chocolates from a Dubai shop that melts the gold leaf with a torch. And an iPhone 17 Pro Max he'd never expect because I say no to phones on principle, but I'd planned this surprise for months. It felt like fixing something I couldn't fix before. We had a small family dinner when I returned. My sister Megan hosted because she has the space. She also has a son, Tyler, 16, and a way of making everything feel like a favor you owe her. My mom came too with a casserole nobody ate. I set the gifts on the buffet. Jay tried to act cool. His eyes gave him away. He touched the backpack strap like it might run off. Open it, I said, and he did, hands careful, like it might cut him. Tyler hovered close. Too close. Whoa, he said, dragging out the word. Real. Real, I said. Dinner was loud. Megan's laugh bounced off the tile. My mom asked if my company paid for all that. Jay passed me his plate for more potatoes without saying please. I didn't mind. He kept staring at that backpack. After we ate, I went to the kitchen to help with dishes. Megan shooed me away with a dish towel. You're a guest, she said, like I haven't fixed her garbage disposal 3 times. When I came back to the dining room, the buffet was clear. Hey, I said. Where'd the bag go? Jay's chair scraped. I put it by my jacket. It wasn't there. The chocolates were gone too. The iPhone box, also gone. Tyler, I said. He looked up, mouth full of pie, eyes blank. What? Where'd the stuff go? Megan wiped her hands and didn't meet my eyes. Oh, she said, soft and airy, like this was nothing. Then she smiled too big and dropped the line that cracked the floor under me. He liked it more anyway, she said. So I gave him everything. I stared at her. You what? She lifted her chin like a judge. I gave it to Tyler. That was the first pop in my ears. Like altitude change. Jay pushed back from the table so hard his chair tipped. My mom made that disappointed sound she saves for me. Don't make a scene, Austin, Mom said. It's only things. Jay looked at me like the room had tilted. Dad, I could feel my pulse in my gums. I swallowed and said nothing, because if I spoke right then, I'd burn the whole house down with words I couldn't take back. I should back up. My family has this long, ugly habit of calling my money ours and my time available. It's not new. When Megan was in college and I was a new shift lead, I covered her parking tickets just this once. When her AC died last summer, I put the repair on my card because the baby can't sleep in heat. Tyler's not a baby. He's taller than me and never says thank you. Mom's refrain, he's your family. She means Megan. She means Tyler. She never means me. When Jay was little, I overcorrected. I said yes to everything until I learned to say no. Phones were my hill. I manage a store. I know what phones do to kids who can't put them down. Jay got a cheap model, then a step up, but never the big number. He never threw a fit. He just kept saving lock screen pictures from the new ones and setting them on his old one like a joke on himself. The Europe trip started as corporate panels, vendor dinners where grown men argued about USB-C like it kept them alive. But I walked across the Seine at night and bought a stupid keychain shaped like a sneaker for Jay because he'd roll his eyes and secretly keep it. In Dubai, I walked into a boutique just to look and walked out with a backpack I could not justify on a spreadsheet and did not want to. The associate wrapped it like art. I timed the tax refund. I planned the reveal for after dinner so Tyler couldn't crowd it. That was the kind of thinking I do, logistics of joy. Megan doesn't do logistics. She does declarations. Austin, you make more, she says, anytime I hesitate. It's just money. It's not just money, I said once. It's rent, groceries, braces, and a kid who wants to go to state college. She blinked like I'd mentioned a foreign language. Tyler needs a car, she said. Isn't there a family discount at your store? That night at her house, before dinner, she toured me through her new backsplash like she designed the Louvre. Subway tile, she said. Timeless. It's white rectangles, I said. She swatted my arm. Don't be a snob. We ate. Jay sat with Tyler like they were friends who tolerate each other. Tyler told a story about a collab he wants to launch. He means reselling sneakers his mom bought with my card 2 months ago when she accidentally Apple Paid from the wrong phone. I never saw that money again. I placed the gifts behind Jay's chair when I came in. I watched him touch the ribbon on the chocolate like it hummed. He whispered, "For me? For you?" I said, "All of it." And then I left him alone for 3 minutes to rinse plates. When Megan said she'd given everything to Tyler, it was like she was reading a rule I'd missed. "Why would you do that?" I asked, keeping my voice low because Jay was there and because I knew if I yelled, Mom would clutch her pearls and talk about my temper. Megan shrugged in slow motion. "Jay already has a phone." "Not this one," Jay said, voice hoarse. Tyler leaned back. "I'll make better use of it," he said. "I'll create content." I laughed. It came out wrong. "Give it back," I said. Megan's smile dropped. "Don't talk to my son like that." "Like what?" I said. "Like he owes you," she said. "He does," Jay said. "It was mine." Mom set down her fork, like slamming a gavel. "Austin, don't start." Tyler stood. "I already unboxed the phone," he said casual. "Set it up." "I didn't give you the Apple ID," I said. He smirked. "Didn't need yours." I looked at Jay. He looked at me and away and back. And that back and forth was the part that hurt. We left with nothing. Jay walked to the car with empty hands and a face like he was trying very hard to be old. On the drive home, he said, "It's fine." "It's not," I said. He stared out the window. "I don't want to fight with them." I didn't sleep. I sat at the table with the receipt stack I keep in a shoebox. I had a printed merchant copy for the backpack with the cereal. I had the chocolate order with the limited edition code. I had the iPhone invoice with the IMEI. I lined them up like weapons and felt stupid because they were just pieces of paper and I was a grown man shaking. In the morning, my phone buzzed. My group chat with Megan and Mom lit up. "Megan, let's keep last night in perspective." "Mom, it was a misunderstanding." "Megan, Tyler is heartbroken," you yelled. "Mom, you've always been so intense." I typed, "Give back the backpack, chocolates, and phone today." Megan didn't answer. 10 minutes later, Tyler posted a mirror selfie on his public story. Designer backpack slung across his chest, the phone in his hand, the Dubai gold wrapper peeking from his pocket like a trophy. Caption, "Auntie spoil me." He tagged Megan. He did not tag me. Jay sent me the screenshot without words. I stared at it until the edges blurred. I called Megan. She ignored it. Then she texted, "Megan, he liked it more anyway." I could feel a place in me I don't like to visit waking up. The one that catalogs facts and stops caring how anyone feels. I opened the device enrollment portal we use at work. I typed the IMEI. It pinged active on a new Apple ID, not mine. I clicked through notes. I could see the carrier. I could see the city. I could see the exact time it was activated. I printed it. At lunch, Mom called from her salon chair, hairdryer roaring in the background. "Don't go nuclear," she said. "Ask her to give it back," I said. "She made a choice as a mother," Mom said. "So did I," said. "I chose my son." That afternoon, Megan added 4 of our aunts to the group chat. "Family accountability," she wrote. They piled in like they always do. "Austin, money doesn't buy love. Boys share. Jay needs to learn generosity." I closed my eyes and saw Jay's face at the table when the backpack vanished. Not generous, just erased. The last thing came that night. A new post from Tyler, the phone pointed at the backpack, the caption, "New daily driver." Comments, fire emojis, drip, and one from Megan, "Well earned, baby." I felt the click inside me. The same one I get at work when someone tries to return a brick they bought on a corner and screams at my cashier for not accepting it. The moment where I stop apologizing and start following the policy. I was done being their open tab. I texted Megan at 7:12 a.m. Me, last chance. Bring the bag, chocolates, and phone to my place by noon. She sent a voice note. I didn't listen. I called. She picked up on the third ring. "Good morning, dictator," she said. "Bring them back," I said. "I gave them to my son," she said. "He's family. You're being selfish." "You gave away my son's gifts," I said. "You're rich," she said. "And Jay has plenty." I laughed once. "Megan, listen carefully. I have receipts with serial numbers. I have the phone's IMEI. I manage a store. Do you know what those things mean?" "Threats," she said. "So ugly." It means I can blacklist the phone. It means I can file a police report and attach proof. It means I can ask the boutique to flag the backpack if it ever gets serviced or sold. It means everything you took becomes a headache. You wouldn't, she said, but her voice dipped. By noon, I said, I'm not asking again. She hung up. 2 minutes later, the group chat exploded. Megan, he's threatening us with police over a phone. Mom, Austin, you're going to ruin Thanksgiving. I put my phone face down and made pancakes for Jay. He ate slowly and watched me. Are we going to war? He asked, trying to joke. We're going to have boundaries, I said. At 11:02, Megan didn't show. At 11:29, Tyler posted a story from a mall food court with the backpack on the chair beside him like a dog. At 11:48, my doorbell rang. I opened it expecting Megan. It was my mother. She pushed inside like she owned the deed. We are not calling the police, she said. No hello. Megan sent you, I said. She's very upset, Mom said. I bet, I said. Jay lingered by the hallway, listening. Mom noticed him and switched to that soft voice she uses like a costume. Sweetheart, your cousin is going through a rough patch. Jay stared. He just got $2,000 worth of stuff. Mom's mouth tightened. Don't be crass. I set the paperwork on the table. Mom, I'm filing. Today. She reached for my wrist like when I was 12 and touched the stove. You'll regret this. What I regret, I said, is teaching everyone that my no is actually a convince me. That ends now. At noon, I hit send on an email to our district loss prevention lead, the one we loop for device fraud. I attached the IMEI, the activation timestamp, the purchase invoice. I CC'd myself and printed a copy. Then I opened the carrier's site and submitted an IMEI block request through the consumer form. Locked. Pending review. I filed a police report online for stolen property with serial numbers. I wrote it simple. No adjectives. At 12:17, Megan called screaming. I put her on speaker. You disabled his phone, she said. He's at the mall. It just bricked. Bring my things, I said. You humiliated him, she said. He was with friends. Bring my things, I repeated. You are dead to me, she said. And I'm telling everyone what you did. You already do, I said, and hung up. 5 minutes later, the family group chat dinged nonstop. I didn't open it. Instead, I texted Jay and asked if he wanted to drive to the courts to shoot. He grabbed his ball so fast he almost forgot his shoes. On the way out, my phone rang again. Unknown number. I let it go to voicemail. It was Tyler, voice shaking with rage, and something else underneath. Uncle Austin, that was foul. Fix it, or I'll. He didn't finish. He hung up. I didn't fix anything. You should know what happens after you actually press the button everyone thinks you'll never press. At 1:06 p.m., Megan sent a final message. We're coming. At 1:33, she pulled up in front of my building and idled like the curb might bite. Tyler sat in the passenger seat with his hood up, face red. Mom was in the back like a chaperone. Megan honked like I'm a valet. I didn't go out. I texted, doors open. They didn't come in. They set a shopping bag on the front step and drove off. When I opened it, the backpack was inside, chocolate wrappers stuffed in the pockets like confetti. The iPhone box was there too. The phone wasn't. 10 minutes later, my doorbell rang again. Megan, again. This time she came in with the phone in her hand. Reset it, she said, like she was doing me a favor. If you're going to be like this, take it. I took it and set it on the table. Jay stood by the wall, silent. Megan crossed her arms and went for the speech. We're a family. We share. Tyler is going through a lot. His father pays less child support than I do, I said. You told me that. You tell me everything when you want money. Her mouth opened and closed. You're cruel, she said, recovering into the role. I'm tired, I said, of being the account you draft. You make more, she said. You can afford to be generous. I held up the receipts. I've been generous for 15 years. Name 1 month you asked how my bills look. Mom made a small sound like a violin dying. We didn't come to argue. We came to. You came because the phone stopped working in public, I said. Silence. Jay's breath was the only sound. Megan pointed at the phone like it had personally betrayed her. Get rid of the block, she said. Tyler needs a phone for school. He has one, I said. He wanted this one because he wanted more. Her eyes flashed. You sound like Dad. That one made me flinch because our dad used to say it with a belt in his hand. I took a slow breath. Tomorrow I'll take Jay to the carrier to add this on my plan. He'll walk out with it. You'll leave it alone. You'll never touch his things again. What about the chocolates? Tyler muttered. Eyes on the floor now, voice small for once. Jay looked at him. Eat them, he said. I don't want your saliva anyway. I didn't laugh. I wanted to. They left. No apology. Just huffs and a slammed door. 2 hours later, the ants began. So immature. So theatrical. Men never forgive. I muted the thread. At work, word traveled fast because I don't hide much and because my assistant manager, Kinsey, has radar for drama and calls it continuing education. She stood in my office doorway with a stapler like a mic. "You finally did a thing for you," she said. "I did a thing for my kid," I said. "Same thing," she said. That week, small changes stacked. I moved my spare key from the fake rock outside to a lockbox that only Jay and Kinsey know. I canceled 2 family logins Megan had been using, my streaming accounts, my wholesale club membership. I took myself off the Austin will pay list my mother keeps at the mechanic she loves. I called the boutique in Dubai, gave them the backpack serial, asked them to flag it if it ever came in for repair, and to note that the purchaser was not Megan. The associate said, "Of course." It felt petty and also like putting a lid on something. Jay and I went back to regular life. Homework at the table. Late shifts where he sits in the break room with his laptop and pretends not to hear my store announcements. He didn't bring up the party fallout much. He carried the new phone like it was a glass heart. Then the ripple came. On Friday, Tyler posted a new story. A blurry picture of a different backpack and a caption that sounded like a dare. Newer drip. Kids commented. Fire emojis. Then one kid wrote, "Your mom stole the first one LOL." Tyler deleted the comment. Another kid DM'd me. Yes, me, because my account's private but not invisible. "Sir, just so you know, everyone at school knows what your sister did." I didn't respond. I didn't need a chorus. I already had the facts. Family dinner stopped. Or rather, I stopped going. Mom tried to frame it as me isolating. I kept repeating one line. "When people can't be kind to my son, they don't get access to us." She called it dramatic. I called it Tuesday. The next hit didn't come from them. It came from inside their camp. Aunt Rosa, the one who talks soft and watches everything, sent me a text. "You were right. They're falling apart." She meant Megan and Mom. She meant the screams traveling through vents when there's no audience to shame. She meant money. Megan had counted on me for school fees, soccer gear, random emergencies. When I stepped to the side, she had to stand in the center. She hates the center when the center is responsibility. On a Sunday morning, my phone buzzed. A long text from Tyler. "Uncle Austin, I'm sorry. I was stupid. Mom told me you didn't care. I knew you cared. I still did it. I see Jay at school. He doesn't look at me. I don't blame him." I didn't respond right away. I showed it to Jay. He read it and handed my phone back like it was heavier than before. "What do you want to do?" I asked. He shrugged, defensive. "We don't need them." "That's not what I asked," I said. He sat with it. "If he says sorry to me, like a real one, not a post, maybe." I sent Tyler a line. "You need to apologize to Jay. In person. No excuses." "No, but..." He typed back fast. "Okay." And then Megan found out and texted me fire. "Don't go around me. He's my son. He's also a person," I wrote. "He stole from mine. He'll apologize to him." She didn't answer. Tyler did. He asked if he could come by. Jay said yes, then changed the yes 3 times, then sighed and said fine. Tyler came, hood up again, hands empty. He stood in my doorway and did the hardest thing a 16-year-old can do. He admitted he did a bad thing that makes him look bad. "I wanted it because it was shiny," he said, "and because my friends would see me with it. That's it." It wasn't deep. Jay stared at him for a long time. "You embarrassed me," he said. "Not just the stealing. The posts." "I know," Tyler said. "I deleted them." "You already did the damage," Jay said. Tyler nodded. "I'll say it to whoever you want me to." He meant school. He meant social death. He meant he got it, a little. Jay didn't make him go on tour. He just nodded once, sharp. "Okay," he said. "Don't talk to me for a while." After Tyler left, Jay sat at the table and opened the chocolates we'd saved. He took one, then pushed the box toward me. "Tastes like sugar," he said. "Yeah," I said. We both laughed, a breath more than a sound. The fallout didn't end in one tidy act. Megan still sent barbed texts. Mom still tried the guilt. "I'm not getting any younger," she'd write, like age is an invoice I owe. I kept repeating, boundaries are not punishment. Sometimes I sent it and put my phone in a drawer and went outside to breathe air that didn't belong to anyone. Work got easier. Funny how that happens. When you stop bleeding at home, you stop snapping at customers who ask for discounts without looking at you. Kinsey said I looked less haunted. She's dramatic, but she wasn't wrong. One quiet night, after close, Jay stood in the empty store and took a picture of the wall of phones, just rows and rows of rectangles glowing. "It's weird," he said, "how much we care about this stuff. We don't care about the stuff, I said. We care about what people say the stuff means. He looked at me. So what does it mean that you got me this? He lifted his phone. I didn't have a speech. It means I see you, I said. And I wanted you to feel seen. He nodded once like he was pinning that to a corkboard inside his chest. A week later, Aunt Rosa invited us over for spaghetti. No Megan. No Mom. It was quiet. Jay helped grate cheese. We told stories that didn't use anyone's worst moments as punchlines. On the way home, he said, "This feels better." Yeah, I said. It does. Megan has not forgiven me. She says I humiliated her boy. Maybe I did. Or maybe consequences look like humiliation when you've never seen them before. Mom keeps trying to broker peace the way she always has, by making me give. I keep saying the same sentence in different shapes. If you want peace, you need fairness. If you want access, you need respect. She hates that I turn my rules into policy. I love that I stopped re-explaining them. 2 Saturdays after everything, Jay wore the backpack to the park for the first time. He'd kept it in his closet like a museum piece. He slung it over one shoulder and rolled his eyes when I tried to take a picture and then didn't stop me. We shot hoops until it got dark and you could hear the ball more than see it. On the way back to the car, he said, "Thanks for fighting for me." "It shouldn't have been a fight," I said. "But it was," he said. "And you fought." We drove home with the windows down, city air in our mouths, and for once, the silence between us felt full instead of sharp. People love to say, "It's only things." They say it when they're standing in your living room holding your things. They say it when you finally show them a boundary and they don't like how it feels. But it was never about the backpack or the chocolates or the phone. It was about who gets to decide what my kid deserves. It was about whether family means take from Austin because he won't push back. I used to leave every argument with Megan thinking I'd been too harsh or too soft. I'd replay lines and try to edit the past. This time I didn't replay anything. I wrote it down. I wrote my rules for myself and taped them inside the kitchen cabinet with the mugs. Rule 1. If it belongs to my son, it stays with my son. Rule 2. I don't fund people who insult me or him. Rule 3. No more secret favors. Everything has a receipt or a no. Rule 4. We don't go where we're not respected, even if there's casserole. It sounds silly, having rules like that on paper, but I'm a store manager. I trust policies when feelings make a mess. Megan will keep telling the story her way. Austin went nuclear over a phone. Mom will keep reciting her favorite scripts. He turned his back on us. I stopped auditioning for their play. I'm not in it. Here's what did change. Jay stands taller. He jokes more. He says, "Thank you," and "I got this" in the same breath. He carries that backpack sometimes, and sometimes he doesn't. The phone is a tool and a toy and a target he's learning to manage. We have late-night pizza on the couch and watch games, and he groans at my commentary. It feels like we're building something instead of patching leaks. Tyler sent another text last night. "I'm working at the grocery store now. Not glamorous. Feels good to buy my own stuff." I told him, "Good. No confetti. Just good." He said he might try out for JV again. I told him to drink water and stretch because I'm every dad in a baseball cap. Aunt Rosa came by with a pie and a hug that lasted exactly long enough. She said, "I'm proud of you." It slid right into a space I didn't know was empty. If there's a moral, it's this. I won't be the family wallet. I won't let my no be a riddle you think you can solve. I won't let my kid learn that silence buys peace. Not in my house. Not anymore. The day Megan took what wasn't hers, I felt small. The day I took it back, I didn't feel big. I just felt right. And right is steady. Right is quiet. Right is sitting at the table with my son. 2 bowls. The last of the Dubai chocolates neither of us even likes that much. And the kind of ease you can't purchase in a boutique. "Next time," Jay said, "bring me a keychain." "Got it," I said. He grinned. "From anywhere. As long as it's for me. It will be."